Carli Kling. Good morning, Carli.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
So what's it like being an instant Twitter sensation?
It's just crazy.
How many followers did you pick up last night?
A couple.
A couple here and there. For those of us out here listening, and anybody who's just joining us right now, Carli became the first female in Vineland football history to score a point, and you're talking about a football history that goes back 100 years. What's that like when you think about that this morning?
Shocking and just amazing and incredible.
Now, take us through your background. When did you start playing football?
This season.
Oh, okay. So you never even put on the pads before then?
No.
So what made you want to say, "Hey, I'm looking to join the high school football team as a girl"? That's got to be kind of nerve-wracking and intimidating, right?
Yeah. It just started because I saw my brother transfer from soccer to football, and I used to play soccer. I played last year on the high school JV team for girls, and when I saw him playing football, like kicking, I just wanted to try it out, and that's what I did.
So what was it like the first time you kicked a football?
It was a lot different than kicking a soccer ball. So it was like a lot of learning to learn. I mean, a lot of learning to like transfer from kicking a soccer to a football.
Did you think you could handle that? I mean, that's a difficult skill to learn. Obviously, a lot of high school teams don't even have kickers because it's so hard to find one who could be consistent at it. How did you go about learning how to kick a football and extra points and field goals and that kind of thing?
I went to my brother's trainer, who's also my kicking trainer, Coach Jim Cooper at 5 Star Kicking. He taught me everything, and my brother too taught me and trained me and stuff.
So what was Coach Russo's response when you said, "Hey, my name's Carli and I want to play football"?
He told me to just come out and try out. So that's what I did, and he welcomed me to the team first day I came.
So what's it like being a female on a high school football team? You don't see that too often. Here and there we see it in other schools throughout the nation, but it's not a very common occurrence. How do you handle that on a daily basis? Being around 60, 70 high school boys is not an easy thing for a girl to be a part of that team.
All the boys on the team are actually really nice and welcoming, and they have my back, so that's really nice, and the coaches too. So it's nice to have people on that accept it and stuff.
Now, what did your parents say about what you wanted to do when you told them?
At first, my mom was a little iffy about it, but then she gave in, and now she's excited.
What was her reservations about you playing football?
Getting hurt, and just getting hurt.
So what kind of things are you involved with Vineland? Do you just do place kicking, or do you do kickoffs, anything like that?
Place kicking for right now.
And how many times did you get out there last night to be a place kicker?
2 times.
And did you make them both?
No, the first time it got blocked. The snap was a little too high, but I still tried kicking it, and it got blocked. And the second time, I made it.
We're talking with Carli Kling. She's a sophomore at Vineland High School, and she became last night the first female player in Vineland history to score a point for the Fighting Clan. So congratulations, Carli, on that. And take us through that moment when you trot out there on the field for the first time. You're a sophomore girl trotting out to a high school football field to try to kick an extra point and score for your team. What's going through your mind at that moment?
My mind was just blank. I didn't know what was going on. I was just in shock, and it was just crazy.
What's it like being on the sideline there? As you know, you're dressed out in the football gear, and it must feel weird having never played football to be all padded up and a helmet and everything. Did that feel strange to you?
Yeah, a little bit. The helmet's heavy from what I'm used too, so, and I'm really short on the team compared to all the big boys, so.
They do have some big boys down there in Vineland.
Yeah.
Were you intimidated by just the whole atmosphere of being out there at Eggersburg Township High School? And I'm sorry, where you guys were at home? That's right.
Yeah.
So, what's going through your mind as you're standing there on the sideline, looking up at the stands? Did people kind of know who you were, or that there is even a girl on the team?
Yeah, because I had my hair in a ponytail, so they saw like my hair. And a lot of boys on the football team were mentioning it to people, so everybody in the hallway yesterday in school were saying like, "Oh, that's the female kicker." Come out and stuff, so they recognized me.
Now, I know back when I was in high school, the tradition was on Friday afternoons, the football players would wear their game jerseys to school. Is that sort of the tradition at Vineland as well?
Yeah, we wore our jerseys, and
so did people think, "Oh, what are you dating, number 13 or something?"
A couple people did ask that.
And you said, "No, I'm number 13, right?"
Yeah, and they were just shocked and surprised.
What's been the reaction? What's been the reaction of some of your friends and some of the other girls in school?
They're actually saying that like I'm an inspiration, and they're like really proud of me, which I wasn't expecting that, but yeah.
Talking with Carli Kling. She's a sophomore at Vineland High School and female place kicker. Became the first female in Vineland history to score a point last night when she kicked an extra point in the win over Bridgeton. And Carli, after that first time, were you discouraged at all when the extra point got blocked?
Yeah, a little bit. But then I had the coaches on the sideline talk to me and help me get my mind right.
And so you go out there for the second time after another touchdown, and were you confident at that point that you could make it?
Yeah, I had my mind focused on just the ball instead of everything else going on.
So what's that moment like when you kick it and you look up and you see it going through the uprights? That had to be such a thrill for you.
Yeah, I was really happy and stuff.
Was it kind of one of those moments where you can't even feel what's going on? I mean, it's got to be such a surreal experience for you.
Yeah, it was. I didn't even hear the crowd cheering after, but apparently everybody was like standing up and cheering for me, which I did not hear.
Now, I gotta tell you, there's going to be a lot of attention coming your way. You're going to start getting some calls from sports reporters and stuff. So make sure and watch Sports Center and get your quotes ready and all that kind of stuff.
I will.
What's it like now? I mean, just being kind of an instant sensation. I'm sure, like you said, you're an inspiration to a lot of other girls, a lot of young girls, maybe 7 and 8-year-old girls looking up to you and seeing you out there on a football field. Do you recognize that you have this sort of power now to inspire young kids?
Yes. There's actually another girl on the Vineland Midget Football League. Her name's Riley, and she comes out to all the games. Her brother's on the football team, Camden Watt. And she comes out to the football games, and like we always take pictures, and she always says, congratulations, and just is proud of me and stuff. So that's really good.
How does that make you feel when a little girl is looking up to you as an athlete in a predominantly male sport?
It makes me feel like I'm doing something right and I'm making someone else happy, like a lot of people happy.
Well, now don't go getting a big head and getting a big attitude now that you're famous, being on ESPN radio and being a Twitter sensation. Keep your head on straight and keep working hard, right?
Yeah, I will.
All right, Carli, we appreciate you taking a few minutes this morning, and congratulations on a huge milestone, not only in your life but in the history of that football program.
Thank you so much.
All right, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks, Carli.
You too.
That was Carli Kling. She's a sophomore at Vineland High School, and what a great moment. I mean, she becomes the first female in Vineland football history, which goes back over 100 years, to score a point and kind of get in the record books there for the Fighting Clans. So really cool story out of Vineland.